the issue with the 2014 budget has been the MTEF and the fiscal
strategy paper. Yes.
Strategy paper. Now, that has been the issue.
Yes.
We're running an account that is illegal. We have issues with the MTEF and the fiscal strategy paper.
Yes.
How do we reconcile these issues? You talked about having an agreement between the executive and the legislature at least by October.
Yes.
With the issues we have with politicking and then lack of lobbying, so to speak,
all right,
how do we move forward?
Very good. Now, we should just leave all politicking for now and do something very critical. Let the National Assembly, for the next 3-4 years, set a reasonable revenue target and benchmark and agree with the federal government, that is with the presidency, on just $60 per barrel. When they're actually sure that the oil will sell above $80, $90, $100 per barrel, the extra $40 per barrel can be saved into a strategic account. For example, the sovereign wealth fund account, for example.
Which is another subject of controversy.
Yeah, well, yes, controversial, but it's legal. Because the National Assembly has passed the law into operation that is guiding that. And of course, we can domicile the account, at least the money in that account for now, or keep it in a strategic account, a stabilization account, for example, with the CBN. And then, after every 3 years, made a massive budget strictly for capital budget, strictly for infrastructure development in this country. Look, what Nigeria actually needs is this: a way of turning around 4 things: our roads, electricity, issues dealing with, of course, international aviation, and education. These are the 4 critical areas of development. And when you settle these 4 areas, it will settle all other areas, technically. And Nigerians will not be looking for jobs in a situation where they are sure that there will be electricity. They will just create the jobs. This country is a country of people that are utterly enterprising. What has been preventing them from succeeding is the lack of infrastructure by which they shall put into operation their productive capacities.
You know, one more thing I just realized, good enough, you're a lawyer, but there's no specific date or expiration where this budget can be presented, isn't it?
That is it. That's the debility imported into our fiscal system, and especially the budget, by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999. Section, for example, Section 81 says, the President shall cause to be prepared and laid before the National Assembly at any time. At any time in the fiscal year. Now, what is the meaning of at any time? At any time actually means at any time. Because it means that the President of Nigeria may not lay the budget before the National Assembly by June. June is actually the end of the second quarter in the year. Now, pray, how do you expect a budget that is laid at any time to work in tandem with the fiscal year that says the time that the budget shall operate shall be between January 1 and December 1? So if we have a definition of a fiscal year, there must be a specific definition of when the budget,
so that definition
must be prepared.
That definition that is stated, yes, actually negates the non-presentation between January 1, yes, and 31st of December of a given year.
It actually makes nonsensical what is contained in the Financial Year Act of 1980, because the Constitution and constitutional provisions are superior to statutory provisions. No law can compete with the Constitution. It is the fonds et origine, the origin of all things, in a state that is sovereign, that has law. So if you have a situation in which your Constitution, your fundamental law says the President can present a budget at any time, then the President can hide under that proviso and say, well, I'm not ready until April. How about that?
Yeah, I'm also looking at, what you just said about the excess crude account and how the President and the Minister of Finance seem to be the only ones that actually have any control over it. Yes. But if you look at what's been happening with the excess crude account, it also seems that the governors have, a majority of interest also in it, because it would seem that when they apply enough pressure, they always get what it is that the excess crude account is always shared. I think only recently we're told that we have less than $3 billion in the excess crude account, and which is worrisome because.
Totally worrisome.
But they are saying that that is also according to the Constitution, that in the very first instance the account was illegal, so they might as well just be sharing the money as often as possible. What is your stance on how that account has been operated?
See, you do not run a sane economy by default. It must be by design. You don't create a pool of accounts equal to almost half of the income of the country in the financial year and then say it is not subject to any rules and regulation. Now, we have a FAC, Federation Account Allocation Committee, and the head of this FAC is the Minister of Finance. If you like, Minister of State for Finance, it doesn't matter. Minister of Finance is in charge. Now, the Minister of Finance may agree with the commissioners of finance in all the parts of Nigeria to say, okay, we need $1 billion. They just take it and then distribute amongst themselves. But who determines what shall be taken at what time? You must regulate things according to law. If you do not regulate according to law, you must have a convention defining it so strictly as to prevent anyone going out of that convention from dealing with the federation money. So you cannot have an ECA in which the Minister of Finance can just disburse funds as she likes. What of auditing? Who audits the account? Don't forget, the ECA is outside of the auditing authority of the Auditor General of the Federation. And so if the Auditor General of the Federation cannot inquire into how much has been taken and spent from the ECA, that's actually equal to dictatorship. It's wrong.
It's certainly.
It's even immoral.
Well, Dr. Oguyemi, we'll have to bring you back to Lagos. Let's see how it goes today. And you say, well, it is totally in order for the coordinator minister of the economy to present the budget today.
Yes, you can.
Well, I would like to thank you so very much. Dr. Tunji Oguyemi is a budget expert, an economist, a historian, and also a lawyer. Well, good to have you join us this day. Well,